Hi guys, welcome back to Kim's class. Today's lesson is the second lesson of 6 that talks about school and even more specifically study problems and solutions. Let's look at the 3 objectives for today's lesson. The first objective says, I can ask and answer present perfect questions with how long, for, and since. The next objective says, I can understand and use 6 common time phrases. The third and final objective for today says, I can read a timeline of a student's history and use the information to write questions using present perfect and the correct verb in the past participle. So the grammar structure today is a little complicated. So before we look at the grammar chart, I wanted to give you a little bit of an explanation about the present perfect and the past participle. So the present perfect is formed using the present tense of the verb to have and the past participle of the main verb. The past perfect tense says that an action was completed at a time before another action happened in the past. We'll get some practice with that today, so don't worry if you feel a little overwhelmed right now. So let's go ahead and look at the grammar focus for today. The grammar focus today is the present perfect questions with how long and then answers using the words for and since. So again, the present perfect is have or has plus the past participle. We use this present perfect to talk about actions that started in the past and they continue to now. Now here's a good distinction. You need to use how long with the present perfect to ask about a length of time. And then we use for with a period of time to answer with how long. Use since with a point in time to answer questions with how long. Again, we'll have some practice with this, and I think you'll understand even better. So let's first look at the question, how long? So we have, how long have I been here? I have been here for 2 hours. Or I have been here for 2 weeks. I have been here for 2 years. So do you see how that's a period of time? Now look at this if we answered it with since. How long have I been here? I have been here since 6 p.m. That's a specific point in time. Since January. Since 5 p.m. Since Monday. So we use the word since when there's a more specific point in time. And we use the word for when it's more of a period of time. Let's look more at the grammar structure. How long have you been here? You have been here for 2 hours since 6 o'clock. How long have we been here? We have been here for 2 hours. We have been here since 6 p.m. How long have they been here? They have been here for 2 hours since 6 p.m. Now remember, when we change to the pronoun he, she, and it, the verb have needs to change to has. So now the question says, how long has he been here? He has been here for 2 hours. He has been here since 6 p.m. How long has she been here? She has been here for 2 hours, since 6 p.m. How long has it been here? It has been here for 2 hours, since 6 p.m. Make sure you write down this grammar structure so you can refer to it in our next activity. So we're going to practice this activity right now. Before we start though, remember that we use since for a specific period of time and we use for a period of time. On your screen, you're going to see 6 sentences that are questions and answers. The first thing that you need to do is either choose has or have, depending on the pronoun, and the verb in the past participle. So remember, the past participle can be regular verb or irregular. Let's go ahead and look at number 1 as an example. So number 1 says, how long, Alex? The first thing I need to do is decide what pronoun I'm going to use for Alex. Since Alex is a he, I know that the correct verb would be has. So now I have, how long has Alex? And look underneath the blank and you see the verb be. Now we can't say, how long has Alex be in the library? No, we need to change the verb be to the past participle. So the past participle of be is been, spelled B-E-E-N. So now the sentence says, how long has Alex been in the library? Now we've got to put the answer in there. So I see 5 o'clock and I ask myself, is 5 o'clock a specific moment in time or a period of time? Well, it's specific. So we would use the word since. Since 5 o'clock. If it had said 2 days, then we would say for 2 days. But it says 5 o'clock, so since 5 o'clock. Now let's read the whole sentence and the answer. How long has Alex been in the library? Answer, since 5 o'clock. Now, I want you to go ahead and write the answers for numbers 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And don't forget to put the question and the answer. Pause your video while you're working on this activity. And then when you finish, turn the video back on and I'll go over the correct answers with you. Go ahead and pause your video now. All right, class, let's go over these answers. We already did number 1 in the example, so let's start with number 2. How long has Muhammad known his teacher? Answer, for 2 months. Number 3. How long have I taught at the college? Answer, for 10 years. Number 4. How long have you worked in the U.S.? Answer, since 2009. Number 5. How long has Lupe had a boyfriend? Answer, since May. Number 6. How long have you spoken English? Answer, for 1 year. All right, class. I hope you're getting the hang of it. Remember, this is a complicated grammar structure, so it might take a little practice. But we're going to go ahead and try doing the same sort of thing in a different way. In this next activity, we're going to look at a timeline and then answer questions about the information we see in the timeline. On the screen right now, you see Vitaly's recent history. You see months and years, and you also see activities that happened during that specific month and year. Now, because we're going to answer questions with how many months, we're going to have a starting date. So we're going to pretend that today is September 1st, 2020. Got it? September 1st, 2020. If we don't use that date, then some of our answers may be grammatically correct, but won't have the correct answers. Got it? So before we start, let's go ahead and look at Vitaly's recent history. You see there on the screen that Vitaly, in January of 2018, to the U.S. Now, I've put it in that tense because I want you to practice writing correctly. So look at the 8 different activities and the 8 different dates, and then you are going to answer the questions 1 through 8. Let's go ahead and do number 1 as an example. Number 1, the question is, how long has Vitaly, and then you would write, been in the U.S.? Answer, since January 2018, for 2 years and 9 months. See why it's important to have a date? One more time, we're going to pretend that today is September 1st, 2020. Go ahead and pause the video while you complete the rest of the activity. When you finish, you can turn the video back on and I'll go over those answers with you. Go ahead and pause your video now. All right, class, let's go ahead and look at the correct answers. We've already done number 1, so let's go ahead and start with number 2. Number 2, how long has Vitaly lived in his apartment? Answer, since February 2018, for 2 years and 7 months. Number 3, how long has Vitaly studied at Everett Community College? Answer, since March 2018 for 2 years and 6 months. Number 4. How long has Vitaly known Maricela? Answer: since April 2018 for 2 years and 5 months. Number 5. How long has Vitaly had a driver's license? Answer: since May 2018 for 2 years and 4 months. Number 6. How long has Vitaly worked at Costco? Answer: since June 2018 for 2 years and 3 months. Number 7. How long has Vitaly had his citizenship? Answer: since July 2018 for 2 years and 2 months. And the last one, number 8. How long has Vitaly been married? Answer: since 2018 August for 2 years and 1 month. All right, guys, again, more practice with that sort of complicated grammar structure. I bet you're getting the hang of it. But remember, if not, it's okay. Practice makes perfect. You can always watch this video again and do more activities. But for now, let's look at the objectives and see if we went over everything I said we would. The first objective: can you ask and answer questions in the present perfect using how long, for, and since? I think you can. Can you understand and use 6 common time phrases like for a week, for a month, since 2018? We've had practice with that too. And the last objective: can you read a timeline of a student's history and use that information to write questions using present perfect and the correct verb in the past participle? We had lots of practice with that too. So class, that's the end of today's lesson. But before you go, I'd like you to do 4 things for me. Would that be all right? The first thing I'd like you to do is to hit the like button below. The second thing I'd like you to do is to subscribe to this YouTube channel. That way you can be notified every time I post new videos. The third thing, if you think that someone else you know might enjoy this lesson as much as I hope you did, share it with them. And the last thing, in the comments section below, I'd like you to write me 2 sentences. The first sentence can be about a study problem you have. Then, using some of the tips that you've learned in today's lesson, write what you could do to overcome that problem. So for now, I'm going to say goodbye, and I'd like to thank you for allowing me to come on this journey with you to learn English. Goodbye for now. I hope to see you soon.